What could a Brooklyn boy born into an immigrant family have in common with the annals of infamy? Al Capone, born in 1899 to Italian immigrant parents, was just another face in the crowded streets of New York. His humble beginnings, however, masked a burgeoning ambition and a knack for the criminal undercurrents that flowed beneath the city's surface. As a young man, Capone found himself drawn to the 5 Points gang, where he began to cut his teeth in the world of organized crime. These early years were a formative period, shaping the ruthlessness and cunning that would come to define his later life. In 1919, the allure of opportunity led Capone to the bustling city of Chicago, a place ripe with opportunities for a man with his particular set of skills. As Capone stepped into the city, little did he know the mark he would leave. It was here that the birth of a gangster truly began. Chicago, the Roaring Twenties, and a man with a scarred face and an ambition that knew no bounds. Al Capone, better known as Scarface, rose to power in a city gripped by the chaos of Prohibition, exploiting the thirst for illegal alcohol to build an empire. His control over Chicago was absolute, his influence reaching into every corner of the city, from the darkest back alleys to the gleaming halls of power. His operations weren't limited to bootlegging, though. Under Capone's rule, the Chicago outfit ran gambling rings, managed prostitution, and wasn't above a bit of racketeering. And then, of course, there's the St. Valentine's Day Massacre, a brutal display of power that left 7 men dead and solidified Capone's reputation as a ruthless gangster. Capone, Scarface as he was known, had an iron grip over Chicago, but every reign has an end. At the height of his power, one would think Capone was untouchable, but was he? The man who seemed invincible was brought down not by bullets or rival gangsters, but by the mundane reality of taxes. In 1931, Capone was sentenced to 11 years in prison for tax evasion, a shock to both him and the public who had watched his exploits with a mix of fear and fascination. His time behind bars marked the beginning of the end. His health started to deteriorate due to untreated syphilis, a disease that would haunt him for the rest of his days. Released early in 1939 for good behavior, Capone was a shadow of his former self, his mind ravaged by the disease. He died in relative obscurity in 1947, a far cry from his days as the king of Chicago's underworld. Behind bars, Capone's reign ended not with a bang, but with a whimper. Al Capone, a name synonymous with crime and power. But what legacy did he truly leave behind? This man, once the kingpin of an illicit empire, has left an indelible mark on American society. His life, filled with power, wealth, and violence, has been romanticized and vilified, often in equal measure. Capone's influence on organized crime cannot be overstated. His methods, ruthlessness, and business acumen set a precedent for future generations of criminals. He showed the world that crime could be organized almost like a legitimate business, transforming the face of the underworld. Moreover, Capone's life story has seeped into every facet of popular culture. His name is invoked in movies, books, and music, often as a symbol of power and rebellion. He has become an icon, a figure of fascination, despite the brutality of his reign. From a Brooklyn boy to a symbol of organized crime, Al Capone's legacy is a testament to the dark allure of the American underworld.